just feels right, right?
It does.
Why would you want to take something like this away?
I don't know. Why would you separate people who enjoy something as good as this?
Yeah. Like peace of mind, relaxing.
Good conversation.
Just let people do what they're gonna do.
Camaraderie.
Right. Community.
You know,
All the C's.
we're not exciting riots.
No.
We're not storming White House doors.
No.
We're not adding school lessons about fluidity to 4-year-olds.
This is also true.
We're enjoying cigars.
That's right.
Talk about fucking flavor notes for crying out loud.
It doesn't
You know
get
what I'm saying? I mean,
much simpler than this.
Yeah, people who discuss and exchange dialogue about brownies and dirt and manure and shit and chocolate.
And somehow these things all seem to go together.
And maybe the few that say, you know, funnel cake.
Yes.
Or
Skittles.
or the hostess cake with sprinkles. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just a few, but it's still common ground.
That's right. What's going on, everybody? You have found the most entertaining cigar
The
channel
most electrifying page
on YouTube. You have found
for the moment.
right, the Cigar Titans. Brother Stogie, say hello to people.
What up, fam?
So, Brother Stogie,
Yes.
been a lot of talk going around over the last week about cigar-related channels on YouTube.
Yes.
What are the Titans going to do? That's been a pretty common question we've been getting the last week. And so we thought we would come on, do an episode about it, and talk a little bit about what the future holds for the Cigar Titans.
I thought it'd be a good idea to use this episode to bring together our 7,000 subscribers.
That's right.
And we let them, and we come together as a force of brotherhood and sisterhood.
That's right.
You know, because SOTL's up in here too.
That's right.
And we let YouTube know what will happen, what you are doing to this community that shouldn't be done.
Well, you want to get into this?
Give it to them.
Welcome back, everybody. So like we said at the beginning of the episode, there's been a lot of talk going around the YouTubes lately about what is going to be the future state of cigar-related content on YouTube. Brother Stogie, there's been some pretty big news that's dropped within the last week.
It has.
You know, we had...
But
I'm
before
sorry.
you do that,
Yep,
what we're
yep.
not going to do is just because all this talk is going around, we're not going to stray away from what we do first when we first do our videos.
Okay, okay.
And that is share with our fam what we were smoking for the night.
Fair enough. Brother Stogie,
Yes.
what's in that hand of yours tonight?
I am smoking fresh out of the 1500 count New Air Humidor. An Oliva O series. That part of the alphabet. Oliva O, a nice Robusto. This is about, for sure, maybe 5 inches.
Yep.
Maybe 4.5, 5 inches. Nice, short time smoke.
Yep.
I don't want to be for 2 hours, so I got this one.
I believe these are both about the same size. These are both about a 5x52, and I am smoking the Oliva Connecticut, one of my personal favorites.
Is that an O as well?
Nope, just the Connecticut.
Just the Connecticut.
Just the
letter,
Connecticut.
No letters, so just the white.
This one stayed out of the alphabet.
Okay, for sure. I got the O.
So, Brother Stogie, back to business. Big news that's dropped on YouTube in terms of what's going on in the cigar community over the last week. Brian Glenn, who used to run the Cigar Obsession YouTube channel on YouTube, has recently left YouTube and opted to go to another platform, which we'll talk a little bit about later.
So rest in peace, Brian Glenn. not to his body, but to his YouTube channel.
Right, and he's taken everything off of his YouTube channel now, I think with the exception of one video explaining
Nope.
where
it's
he's
all
going. It's all gone now.
It's all
okay,
gone.
last time I checked, there was only one video up there. But Brian Glenn was kind of the grandfather of cigar reviews on YouTube.
He was.
He had been doing this, I want to say, for just over 10 years. I think he started, you know, back in the mid 2000s, and just started off doing normal, regular cigar reviews. And over the 10-year period, I think he amassed on YouTube somewhere around 150,000 plus subscribers on YouTube. He was definitely one of the bigger dogs in the game when it came to subscribers on YouTube.
But he did some great things.
He did.
Every year he gathered troops from whoever volunteered to participate and sent out cigars to our veterans overseas.
Yep, I think it was the Cigars for Warriors drive, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
And the thanks he got was to get shadow banned and his YouTube channel booted.
Yep. So YouTube, for those of you guys who don't know, has been really kind of cracking down on the cigar community specifically, and then kind of along the lines of anything that's really alcohol, tobacco, or firearm related.
And they've been doing it for a while, though.
They have.
Because they had already started doing it before we got into it. Because at first, it was like, hey, we can make a little bit of money doing this.
Sure.
But by the time we got in there, YouTube had already kind of tweaked their rules and stuff, and they demonetized anything related to ETF type content. Yeah. We was like, oh, well, hell, we don't care. This is what we enjoy doing. We're gonna make the content anyway. So we continued on with our YouTube channel. But now, what are they doing, bro?
Well, now they're just full on striking a lot of these channels, banning a lot of these channels. I think 505 Cigar Reviews was banned for about 30 days and got a strike on there. And the way that YouTube operates is, you know, your first strike is kind of a warning. Your second strike is like, hey, if you get one more strike, you know, that's it, you're off of YouTube. And then your third strike is you're off of YouTube. That's it, they delete your channel. Everything you had on there is essentially gone. And so thankfully to date, knock on wood, the Cigar Titans have been doing this for roughly just over 3 years now. We have not gotten any strikes. Not to say that there aren't any in the pipeline that YouTube's, you know, not looking to give or hand out. We're getting ready to hand out that can of whoop ass.
They special, huh? They special, huh?
Right. You know, but to this date, we've been fairly fortunate enough not to have any strikes on our channel. Part of the reason is we've done our best up to this point to follow the YouTube guidelines. You know, you talked a little bit about, you know, getting the channel monetized and stuff like that, and getting the subscribers. You know, for those of you guys who don't know, in order for you to monetize a YouTube channel, you need to have at least a minimum of 1,000 subscribers and a minimum of 4,000 watched hours on your channel, which is no small feat to do, especially for an up and coming channel. That takes some time. I think it took us just over a year, maybe a year and a half, to get to that point where we hit some of those benchmarks.
I mean, and not even that. I mean, just like all your other YouTube channels, no matter what the content is, you know what I'm saying? Whether somebody's in the kitchen making dinner.
Yep.
Whether someone's teaching someone how to tie a tie.
Right.
Whether it's a boy dressing like a girl.
Sure.
They're all out there.
Yep.
But we put in the same amount of work as any other content creator on YouTube has.
Absolutely.
And talking about unfair, it's unfair. You're talking about the editing, you're talking about the network, you're talking about the hustle. We've done the grind.
Yep.
And YouTube, listen. Get a little close to the TV. YouTube, listen. We followed all the rules, okay? If no person a stickler for rules, it's my man here. You know what I'm saying? He has to watch me sometimes, because me, I've been the motherfucking rule. But him, no. This man
straight edge
will go into a country town.
From his Wranglers to his boots, even mind and be a Chrysler dude.
And be afraid to play country music too loud because he doesn't want an alarm. The state trooper. He's gonna follow that rule. Like, bro, it's not NWA.
You just gonna put my business out there like that.
It's Jason Aldean. We're not gonna get in trouble. But he don't want to risk it. You think he's gonna risk our YouTube channel by putting up some shit that we're not supposed to? No.
Yeah, and so the way that YouTube used to, I appreciate you putting my business out there, by the way. The way that YouTube's rules used to state was that if you were doing any channel similar to the kind of content that we put out there, it was you can't put any type of links in the description that would link to a site that would sell anything alcohol, tobacco, or firearm
We
related.
did that.
And we have honored that since the get-go. We've never done that, and those rules were in place, you know, before we started our channel. I want to say those rules went into effect around 2016, if I'm not mistaken. And so when we got on the scene and, you know, started getting into this YouTube game, those rules were already in place, and we wanted to make sure that we adhered to them. Now YouTube is changing the rules and making it even more difficult for channels like ours to exist on this platform, because these rules are constantly changing. And at the end of, you know, if you read through this laundry list of rules that YouTube has now, it's, what's the word we like to use? Subjective, right? They leave it open to interpretation. And I think YouTube employs something around the range of about 10,000 actual employees that go in and do actual live content type reviews. So they have an employee base of about 10,000 people that go in and actually manually review content on YouTube, and then the algorithms kind of sift through the rest of that stuff. But the problem we've seen with our channel in particular is, you know, for a while there, like, we were really growing.
We were.
Really growing. But YouTube has this thing called like shadow ban. Well, it's not a YouTube official thing, but there's this thing called shadow banning. And so when the algorithms or the platform doesn't necessarily favor that particular content creator, they really do behind the scenes do what they can to kind of limit the traction and or the reach that a channel like ours would have.
And if you kind of want to see an example of it, go to our earlier videos, such as our very first gas station cigar video, even our Titan Philly cigar video. You'll see our videos were 13,000. Gas station video, 76,000 views. Pipe video, 30-something. Look at the views. Now look at our recent videos where our content is better. Our video quality is phenomenal. Our sound quality is phenomenal. Our videos now should be getting just as many, if not more, than our old videos where the sound wasn't superb. We didn't really know what we were doing or talking about because we were brand new with the shit. That is an example of how they shadow ban the Titans.
And it's not just with the views on the videos either, it's also with how many subscribers we've been getting. And I think you and I were talking earlier, we went from anywhere between, you know, 350 to 400 new subscribers a month within the last, I'd say, month and a half to 2 months, when most of these rules really kicked into place, to getting maybe 150 new subs every month. And so that traction that we had has been throttled way down, and a lot of that is due in part because YouTube just isn't putting our content out there for people to find or see. It gets buried under a bunch of other things.
They stop letting it go to the recommended list. We don't pop up anymore. We don't go up the algorithm anymore. The likes don't seem to matter too much because they kind of stop the effects of what that does for each cigar channel. Or for a channel, period, but most likely just for our cigar content.
But like we said, you know, when we got into this game, it was in 2019. This was a few years after they had already passed the majority of these rules restricting channels like ours from being able to monetize or profit off of any of the videos that we post. And so for us, when we started this channel, it never was about looking to make that YouTube money and retire off of that YouTube money. I think we talked about that at the get-go. It's like, look, we're not going to make money off of this. It's always been about what, Brother Stogie?
The community.
Yeah, it's always been about building up a community. And anybody who is involved in the cigar community, they'll tell you, like, that's what this whole thing is about. I mean, yes, we absolutely enjoy smoking our cigars and doing these things, but what really drives us and what really makes us passionate about what we're doing is the ability to or opportunity to connect with so many of you out there who are in places where building a community like this isn't necessarily an easy thing to do. You're not around a lounge. You know, maybe you don't have a place to go. Maybe, you know, the people closest to you just aren't into cigars. You're looking for other people to share this hobby with. And that's initially what we started this YouTube channel off to do.
And the thing is that, you know, YouTube, you know, their new rules are starting to hint that they don't want, you know, cigar channels to encourage this behavior.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But from what I understand over the years I've been watching YouTube. People go on YouTube because they've already found an interest.
Right.
They've already found something they want to seek out. They type in something because they're already interested in something.
Right.
So they find a page that suits their personality, grabs their interest, and they watch it to further their education on that specific topic, no matter what it is.
Right.
That's no different than a cigar channel.
Right.
People say, hey, I've reached 21. I've seen this out in the street. I'm gonna go on YouTube, see if I can find some knowledge on what I'm supposed to do right.
Right, and this channel has always, at least for within the US, because that's where we live, we operate, this channel has always been for those folks 21 and over. We have never promoted or directed our content to anybody who would be under the legal age for smoking.
And we never even encouraged it.
No.
There's people who do it. We're not like, hey,
To the
man,
contrary, we've had a couple that have jumped on and
your mind, man.
cut them off.
It's Friday, man. You should try this, man. Nah, man.
Yep, we've cut them off. I mean, we've had a couple pop into the comments and stuff like that, delete the comments, cut them off, move them on their way. Like, this is an adult channel on YouTube.
With an adult community. I mean, so the experience over these 3 years, just in case you're new watching this channel because you've seen this topic out on the YouTube algorithm, you're kind of trying to see what the cigar community has did over these years. On this channel, we've seen, you know what I'm saying? We've seen people be able to connect from California to Finland, from Canada to Texas, from China to Wisconsin, all on one channel. People can come in no matter where they are, no matter what time of the day it is, because they can still watch the channel at the same time and they can talk to each other. And like you said, if they don't have a community in their state, country, Providence, wherever you're from, they can come here and they can join them.
Right.
Not everybody has a cigar lounge, like you said. Not everybody has a cigar community to where I know my neighbor down the street smokes sticks and I can go down there and smoke with them.
Right.
They use us for that. So if y'all are slowly shadow banning to eventually take us off, you're not just stopping people from having links to cigar sites and shit. No, you are breaking up families and communities that have been built over the past 3 years of our channel. And Brian Glenn over the past 10, 12 years of his channel. You just broke up communities and families that have enjoyed watching him do his thing.
Yep.
And that's what you'll be doing to any cigar channel you do, going on through this process if you feel that's what needs to be done for the cigar community and what we produce for our family and our community.
Right. Now, we were having a conversation earlier where we were talking about what's next for the Cigar Titans. You know, should the YouTube gods decide they want to come looking for the Cigar Titans, the Cigar Titans aren't going to go quietly into the night.
Because at the end of the day, it's their shit.
Yeah, well, it's their platform.
It's their shit.
It's their platform.
It's our
videos.
You know what I'm saying? But it's our videos on their shit. You know what I'm saying? So they can do whatever they want. So we have to prepare for our people on what's going to happen next in the future. So my boy did some research. My boy has done some shit. Update our people on what's going to happen.
So from here on out, we are still going to, as long as we are able to produce content on YouTube. We're not going away. We're not getting off of YouTube or anything like that until somebody in YouTube says, nah, no more, no mas.
Salt and pepper, take your black and white ass off our channel.
This is Sparta!
Whole Sparta thing, right?
Right?
But we are going to plan ahead and make sure that our brand, our communities are going to be protected. And that's why going forward, we do now officially have our channel up on Rumble. And so we will be slowly retro adding all of the Cigar Titans previous videos up to Rumble. It's gonna take a little bit of time because we've got, you know, maybe not as many videos as some of the other channels out there, but it's still 130 plus videos that we've got to upload to Rumble. And all new episodes, in addition to being uploaded to YouTube, will also be uploaded to Rumble. So we encourage everybody, because we don't know how long this is going to last. We don't know if YouTube is just going to decide to pull the plug or the rug out from underneath us at some point and just shut off all of these channels. And then we wouldn't have a chance or an opportunity to tell everybody where we're at. So just to be on the safe side, we're encouraging everybody in the Titan community right now to go over to Rumble and follow us on Rumble. So that way, if YouTube does decide to pull the plug on us, you'll still have a way for us to send you guys content. You can still consume our content over there. You can still be a part of the Titan community. We're not going away. This isn't going to stop us.
And just like YouTube, it is free to sign up to Rumble to watch the videos.
If you're thinking, well, you know, Rumble's not, you know, YouTube, we get that. But you can still get Rumble on your phone. You can still get Rumble on your desktop. You can still get Rumble. I checked my Fire Stick last night. You can still get Rumble on TV. So if you like watching us on TV, you can still download the app on Fire Sticks, Google, you know, Sticks, all those fun things. Rumble is still available on all these different platforms as well. You'll have a way to consume our content in other places other than YouTube. Brother Stogie, anything else you want to tell the Titan fam?
So, what can the Titan fam do? I was hit up on Instagram and it was like, Brother Stogie, we heard what's going on. We see y'all have a plan. What can we do to help y'all out? So, there's a couple things y'all can do.
Let's hear it.
Okay, before I do the little end of the video spiel, I'm gonna do this first. So if you have an Instagram profile, or if you're on YouTube, do a short, do a small little video, okay? Post it, direct it towards YouTube, and let them know, hey, if you remove this channel or these channels, we don't have to be your primary channel, but I'm assuming since you're watching this channel right now, that we are.
We're in the rotation.
You're in the rotation.
That's
no,
right.
We are your primary channel if you're watching this video right now. But just in case, this be for all Cigar YouTube channels. Let them know what it will mean to you if they take that away from you. What effect does that do to the community, to the families that have been built over the various different YouTube channels? What is the causation with the misrepresentation of that?
Yes.
Okay? Go on, if you have an Instagram.
Thank you, Johnny Cochran.
What is on Black Abbey Johnny Cochran?
Yeah, I was going leading more towards the rhymes, but sure.
There you go. If you have an Instagram, Cigar Titan on Instagram, OG_Brother Stogie on Instagram. Take this video, take a snippet, put it on your story, hashtag or tag YouTube. And again, let them know, hey, removing these channels will be bad because we have built communities that are close. It has built people from far and wide, near and close together as one, which probably wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for YouTube in the first place.
Right.
That will let them know, hey, there's something going on here more than just linking shit to cigar channels, to cigar websites for purchase.
I still think there's a way for us to exist on this platform while still adhering to these rules where people are not being directed towards tobacco-linked websites. But the rules that YouTube currently has in place are almost impossible to follow. For content like us.
So, YouTube, third thing y'all can do, direct YouTube to us. YouTube, if you're watching this channel, if you're watching this episode, we would appreciate if you come to us with suggestions. We can throw back suggestions on how maybe we can exist on the same planet together, as we can represent our entire cigar community as a Cigar Titans.
Yes, sir.
So that our fellow channels and our fellow content creators can remain on this channel and do not only what they do, to do what they do because they enjoy the shit. You understand? They enjoy doing it. They enjoy the community, enjoy the camaraderie. We started here, we follow the rules, so come to us. If we could be that spokesperson, the role models for this community, we will do that. We will step up and take that leadership role so we can remain right here where we are. Right?
Yeah, and support your other cigar content creators.
Yes.
You know, make sure that they understand most of the cigar content creators on YouTube right now all understand what may be coming down the pipeline here, and I think everybody's doing their best to kind of prepare for that. But go show your other content creators some support. Let them know that you don't want to see them off the platform either.
Exactly. That's the final thing they can do. Tell them not only us, but the other cigar channels as well. Subscribe to the damn channels.
That's right.
Not only do you subscribe, you like the videos. They took the dislike button away.
I know. I didn't like that.
I didn't like it. I'll enjoy the negative.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the honest feedback.
Yeah. If you're that sensitive, you probably shouldn't be posting stuff on the platform anyway if you can't handle when somebody dislikes your video.
You know what I'm saying?
It is what
Comment on the videos. Comment on this video on what you think about the topic of this video, about what YouTube is doing. Comment, blow the comments up. We had 66 something comments on the last video. We need 166 on this one here.
That's right.
Hit that bell so you get new notification every time Scar posts a new video on this channel, on YouTube, for y'all.
Right. You got it.
Yeah. And don't forget, sign up on Rumble, goddamn.
Yes, there you go. I think you got it all.
You got it all?
I think you got it all.
Till next time, live how you smoke, smoke how you live. That's smooth, baby.
We'll see everybody next week.